Hi, Bill.
Hello.
I'm Stephanie from Emerald Corp in Brazil. I'm super happy to be here with you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
So, Tony's story is almost unbelievable, especially as we watch every little shift in his dynamic with Richard. So, what was it about this project that stood out to you, and what made you want to step into this character in particular?
When Gus Van Sant is interested in you for a movie, you it's very flattering and exciting. So the fact that it was Gus Van Sant was immediately, but even before reading the script, just like, okay, well, this is very cool. And then reading the script, it was such a dynamic character. So complicated and so conflicted and with so much rage and so much energy that the character felt like one of those characters that you're very fortunate to ever get to play, so the combination of the character and the script and Gus Van Sant was made it a no-brainer. Yeah.
And how was the dynamic to work with him?
Wonderful. Wonderful. You can admire a director, and then you for me it's like you speak on the phone and the conversation, and then if you leave that conversation feeling inspired, that means a lot, so of like, okay, well, and Gus is very much that, and I felt that he's so calm, and he has a very zen-like quality, even in how he directs. He's open, and he lets the movie kind of find itself in a way, and capturing that in terms of, oh, I guess the movie's turning into this, or maybe it's turning into that, and this sort of zen-like quality. Um, and I also thought it was great because the character of Tony Kuritzis is so manic and so high energy that I was like, okay, it's gonna be lovely to work with someone that's that calm and that's that grounding, so I can go that far and then have him as sort of something to root me and calm me down in between takes. um, but it was a pleasure. We had so much fun, and Dacre Montgomery, who plays Dick Hall in the movie, was also such a pleasant surprise for me. He's a very smart and very talented, opinionated actor. So him, getting to do this with him and quite literally being fused together with a shotgun was a lot of fun.
And let me ask you one more question. For much of the film, you and Dake shared that same apartment space, which can be a real challenge when the setting is so contained. So, what was the on-set dynamic like for you both, and how did you navigate working so closely together in that environment?
It was such a pleasure, such a pleasure. We started. We had a few days of just rehearsal. It was just me and Dacre and Gus in a room, and just talking through. I came with my research and with my preparation for the role, and Dacre's very similar in terms of, like, he comes in incredibly prepared, and then we were sharing notes and talking about it, and discovering the dynamic between Tony and Dick, and then yeah, we just, like, we fed off of each other, So there was quite a lot of improv, and a very sort of open and free space of just going in and finding a blocking, as opposed to coming in and having a rigid sort of uh, um, mark to hit, So it was a pleasure. It was a lot of fun, and then it comes with its own challenges, and we had a very ambitious shoot, only 19 days, and I think all of the Tony apartment shoot was like 4 days. We blasted through, 40 pages in 4 days, and at times it was like over 15 pages in a day. So it was very intense. And the way Gus and Arnau, our DOP, they shot it with the handheld cameras, and it was, you never waited around, so it felt like performing was in the center, and that was very fun. I tend to like, filmmaking is a lot of sort of hurry up and wait, but to shoot it this way, um it actually gives you more energy not to sit around waiting and then having to reach that energy all the time, but you could stay in it and just kind of let it unfold, you know? So it was just a wonderful experience. Yeah.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much.
Very
And
much.
have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
Thank you. You too.
So
Have a
we
nice
got
day.
to press